VO number 2.
Okay. Let's see. Did you ever see combat?
No.
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 What was your job or assignment?
Well, I went when I got to Fort Hood. I went into the service battery, that is of artillery in the 73rd Artillery, and I was assigned to the motor pool, and I was a more or less a parts clerk, but my MOS was a battalion armorer, which I didn't do. It's working that is repairing small arms.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't have that many to do. I was mostly a parts clerk in there.
Right. Okay. How did you stay in touch with your family?
By letters,
Letters?
and every once in a while I would call my wife on the phone and talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't married then. She was my girlfriend. So
what was the food like over there?
oh, good.
Good.
It's good food. I always enjoyed the food. It was good food.
How did y'all entertain yourselves?
Well, they'd have like down at the big theaters. They had movies on post. They would have you'd have these big entertainment buildings, and you'd go down there, and there'd be entertainers down there, and you had a good bit of entertainment if you wanted to do it. There's always movies off post and always movies on post, and we kept pretty active most of the time.
That's good. Did you ever feel pressure or stress while you was active?
Well, after I got in my permanent outfit, I was never too stressed out. I was, knowed what I had to do, and we just went ahead and did it, and I never did worry about it. It just, that was a job we had to do.
Right. Do you have any photographs from?
Yeah, I got some, but I don't know. I might have to get my wife to get them. But let's see.
Is there anything up here?
No, there's not any of them in there. Where'd she go to?
She went outside.
Well, I'll get some for you later.
Okay.
Let you see me.
All right. Do you recall the day your service ended?
Yeah, yes, I did. It was. I was discharged from Fort Gordon, Georgia, and 1963. December the 3rd of 1963 when I was discharged, but they shipped us to Fort Gordon to be discharged, but because it was close home, so. And by the way, I go back and tell you this about John F. Kennedy. I was at Fort Hood, Texas, when he was killed in Dallas, about 120 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on a Friday before I left on Monday, getting out of service. So if it means anything.
Okay.
I was down there close by when he did get shot.
Just a few more questions.
Okay.
Did you go back to work or school after you were discharged?
I got out of service and went to work.
To work.
I should have went to school, but I didn't. I just went to work.
So did you make any close friendships while you were in the service?
Well, I had some friends that I was close to in the military, but most of the time they were living far off, and most of them I never did see again when I left.
Mm-hmm. Did you continue any of those friendships?
No, not really. But then, you know, I got married, and then I guess like everybody else, you got busy with your own life, and really what happened. But I did have a friend from Greenville that we became very good friends with, and we went to see them, and they came to see us, and we were good friends with a guy from Greenville. We were in the same barracks, but he was the only one.
Right. What did you do as a career after the war?
Well, I came back, and I worked in a hosiery mill for 8 years. Then I worked in a machine shop assembling machinery for 10 years, a little over 10 years, and then I worked for Putnam Distributors for 21 years, and then I retired.
Okay. How did your service or experiences affect your life?
Well, I think service then, I think discipline you. I think you got a certain amount of discipline that helps you in your life.
Right, yeah. Okay, last question. Is there anything you would like to add that I have not covered?
Well, we pretty well covered it, you know, and like I say, the guys that I were with and worked with, most of them for 2 years, and we got along good. I think people, you know, most of the soldiers out there, you had to get along good. And another thing you didn't see, and not that I'm talking about it now, but you seen very few tattoos in the military, in the Army back then.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, most of the people goes now, you know. But that's, I mean, that's their own business. I mean, that's the difference, you know, of one thing about it.
Yeah.
But
is that it, or would you like to add anything else?
no, that's about it. I didn't. After I got in the Army, it was not hard for me to tolerate it and get along with people, you know, and get along in there.
Okay.
And like I say, in there, I had some good friends, but when you got out, a lot of them you never did see, you know, again. But that's the way it was. That's the way the military is.
Okay, well, I highly appreciate you answering all these
Yeah, I was glad to do it.
questions.
Kind of caught me off guard there. I never had nobody do that.
Well, I'm glad I was the first person to ask